And a pleasant good evening and welcome to the Burns Center on the campus of Missouri Valley College, Grover C. Redford Gymnasium, as we have Heart of America Conference volleyball tonight. The Graceland Yellow Jackets in town to take on the Vikings. I'm Ken Quiava. I'll be here for just a little while. Jessica Gates alongside. She'll take over the play-by-play, and Claire Lorenz will join you. But Jess played for this team the last 4 years, and Valley 9-7 had a good weekend.
They did. They beat 2 games straight this weekend, so that's a good. They needed that for this upcoming conference game.
Now, as far as tonight's action, they're 0-2 in conference play, losing to Baker, I believe, and then the Benedictine. And this Graceland team, they lost to Benedictine but defeated Avalon in conference play. They're 13-3, and Stu McDowell has been coaching volleyball at Graceland for 33 years.
That is crazy.
His record, look at his record, 886 and 457. Wow, that's 22 straight 20-win seasons. So
that's great, though.
Graceland has had a wonderful career. All right, we're ready to go tonight. Glad you can be with us on live stream. A lot to talk about this evening. And we'll, the first break we get, we'll let you in on some comments we had from Coach Brad Holt. This Graceland club, again, comes in with a record of 13-3. Valley 9-7. The Vikings in their black shorts, black jerseys with the orange numerals, and Graceland in their white with the gold numerals. Someone's giving a shout out to both Claire and Jessica here on the live stream feed.
Jesse Ochoa.
Oh, okay.
He used to play here a couple years ago.
Where's he at these days?
Florida.
In Florida, okay. Well, so you gals better do a good job tonight. You have you have everybody listening tonight and watching on the live stream. Chaz Maddie and the live stream crew up above us, behind us. We're about ready to go. The JV match went to Graceland, I believe.
Yes.
2-1.
In 3 games.
In 3. All right, we're ready to go. The Vikings will send Lindsay Hathcote back to serve to get this best of 5 underway on this Tuesday night. Here's her serve. It's over, dug out nicely, and the Yellow Jackets send it back over. Hathcote gets to it. Vikings will send this one over. That's done by Taylor Trotter, one of our star players. Vikings won both this weekend. There's a double block, and that'll be a point. And the double block goes to Ashley Hausman. She was right there, and also, I believe, Kelsey Martin. So 1-0. The Yellow Jackets take an early lead. Back to serve is Natalia Robles. Robles hits the top of the tape, but it gets over. Now the Vikings will keep it in play. Send it over and into the corner. Nice shot down the left side, and it goes into the corner and stays in for Rebecca Jones. She's been playing well, hasn't she?
She has. She had a pretty good weekend, too.
So 1-1, and now we see Fao Alue come in. Fao's from Carson, California. She's just eligible, I believe.
Yeah. She started off the season actually as a JV and made her way up to varsity.
All right, and she will be serving here, and her serve is over. Dug out by the Yellow Jackets. They get it over. And ball was what, into the net?
It's a back row attack.
Thank you, back row attack. That's why I have you volleyball gals helping me do this. You know. So 2-1, Valley with their first lead in the first set. Another nice serve. And this one will be free balled over. Hathcote gets to it. Vikings. The Yellow Jackets keep it alive. Out of the middle. That ball is tipped. The Yellow Jackets just free ball this one over. And the Vikings will look to set it up. They'll work to the middle. Yellow Jackets are there. They'll set and get the kill as they go to their left side. Get the kill. And again, that is Kendra Martin. Where's number 11? She is out of Omaha, Nebraska. We're tied at 2 here in the first set. Serving will be Brittany Prescott, and she sends it long, so the Vikes are up 3-2. So in to serve is Genevieve Nope. Nope wears number 2. We're tied, 3-2 Vikings here in the first set. Nope runs up, sends it over. To the right side, the attack, and it's good kill by Hausman. Hausman, a senior out of Omaha, 5'10". We're tied at 3. We'll have to play well to beat this club. They're pretty good.
Yeah. They're coming off a pretty good winning streak, too. 2 games.
Here is the serve. And this one is going to be long, so another service error by the Yellow Jackets. That one by Hausman, and it's tied at 3. 4-3, that's right. Vikes get the point. They're up 4-3. Back to serve for the Vikings. Taylor Trotter. Taylor out of Martinville, Illinois, and she is a middle blocker, senior. Yellow Jackets trail by a point. Good job by the Vikings to keep that one alive. But the Yellow Jackets come back, send it down the line, and it is good. And that was, I believe, the other Martin, Kelsey Martin, not related. Kelsey's out of Lee's Summit. Jessica Gates country, and Kendra Martin from Omaha. Did you know Kelsey play against her or anything?
I think she's a little young for me.
Little, well, you're not. Yeah, you have been around here 5, 6 years, haven't you? Double block by the Yellow Jackets. I forget you're no veteran. There's the block, and that's going to be the point, and it goes down to Robles. I'm just thinking you were here a year or two. You've been here for a long time.
Yeah, this is my 6th year.
Okay.
But this year it's GA, so it's okay.
All right, here's another service error by the Yellow Jackets. That's their 3rd service error already, and we're tied at 5. I understand you and some of the other mass communication majors are planning on maybe a little tailgate, huh, for homecoming?
Yeah, it's going to be fun to get everyone together.
Well, we'll have to come over and see how everyone's doing. We stay in contact with a lot of our students. Here's Lattimore to serve. 5-all here in the first set, sends it over. Right to the middle and off the block. The Vikings do a good job to keep it alive and send it back over. Double block. Yellow Jackets get it over. Nice dig by Hathcote. Off a double block. Vikings keep it alive again. To the middle, and they're going to get the point. And that was from Jordan Ballinger. Carlinville, Illinois. Good job, 6-5. Good exchange there. Good volley there.
It was.
Well, back to serve is Lattimore. Over. Dug out by the Yellow Jackets. Double block by the Vikings, and they get the point. Good job. And once again, Ballinger was there, and who was there to help her? Looked like, is it Eldridge? Lauren Eldridge, I think. Anyway, it's 7-5. Valley up by 2. That's their largest lead here in the first set. Another serve coming. Vikes trying to put a little run together here in the first. And Hathcote gets to it. But the Vikings, I don't believe, are going to be able to get this one over there or not. So it's 7-6. Really important, Jess, isn't it, to get this first one. If you can win that first one, you get all that momentum, and that's pretty important, isn't it?
Yeah, and then we have to make sure we keep that momentum. The girls kind of tend to slack off in the second game.
So here we go. Vikes up by a point. And the Yellow Jackets trying to tie. This one's sent over. Vikings are there. They'll send this one over. And going to get the point. Really a miss-hit there. Miss-hit off of Kendra Martin, and the Vikes up 8-6.
She's pretty good at sending those second balls over.
Back to serve is Jessica Hobbs. Sends it over to the middle. Hathcote is there, but point will go to the Yellow Jackets. And what was the violation there?
They called Ballinger into the net.
Into the net by Ballinger. So 8-7, Vikings hanging on to a 1-point lead here in the first set. As Kelsey Martin will serve. Right-hander sends it over. This Yellow Jackets with already 3 service errors in the first set. They work it to their left side, and they get the kill, and that's where they want to go. They want to go to Robles. Tied at 8. So now the Yellow Jackets want to go on a little run here. Well, in the first set. Sent over, dug out by the Vikings. They work it to their left side, send it over and get the point. It wasn't a hard shot, but Rebecca Jones found the opening on the floor, and it's 9-8 Valley. The Vikings have been able to keep the lead most of this first set. If we get a break, we'll let you in on our visit with Coach Brad Holt. Double block by the Vikings, but the Yellow Jackets keep it alive. Send it over. Hathcote gets to that one. Down the line, Viking point. And that was Jones again. She's one of our leaders, isn't she, in kills?
Yeah, she is, actually. She has 169 kills and averages about 2.68 kills per game.
All right, and there's the Vikings up 10-8, one of their largest lead. Yellow Jackets get it over without getting into the net. Let's see if the Vikings can take advantage. Good dig by the Yellow Jackets. And they'll send it over, and once again, they go to Natalia Robles. Robles is out of Puerto Rico. 10-9, that lead down to 1, and Robles is back to serve. We're in the first set from the Burns Center. And that one barely gets over. The Vikings fortunate to get to that one. And now is it long or is it a point? No, that stayed in. Good. Just in. Valley up 11-9. Checking in is Leanne Marie De Jesus. She's also out of Puerto Rico. And back to serve is Fao Alue. He's out of Carson, California. Came up from the JV. It's worked her way to varsity. 11-9, Valley by 2, and really kind of an unforced error there by Kendra Martin. Put it right into the net.
Mm-hmm. This close of a game, you can't really afford any of those, too.
Yeah, up 3 points now are the Vikings. Alue to serve. Good dig by the Yellow Jackets. They get it over. Let's see, the Vikes did a good job passing. Sending it over. Good dig by the Yellow Jackets. And now the Vikings will keep it alive. Work it to the right. Tapped over. Tapped over back and forth. Back to the middle. Good dig right to the net. And Vikings will get that point. 12-13-9. 4-point advantage now. What was the infraction there? Did you see the infraction there?
Yeah, sorry. It was in the net, I believe, by number 1.
Number 1, okay.
Good one.
Okay, good one went into the net. 13-9. Vikings trying to extend this a little bit, and that one hit the antenna. Shot there by Alini Rosario. She's out of Brazil. 13-10. Vikes want to get it right back. Here's the serve by Prescott. Hits the tape, but does get over, and they get the point. Sometimes that makes it difficult, doesn't it? Hits that tape, just barely gets over.
It's awful to try to get those things up.
All right, so timeout taken here. While we have a timeout, we'll let you in on the conversation I had just a few moments ago, or just moments before the start of this match with Brett Holt. And Brett's in his third year as the head coach of the Vikings.
Match. We had 3 days of good practice, and our intensity raised a little bit, and we went on the road and played pretty well.
Well, you told me after that Benedictine match you were a little disappointed. You said if the girls do what you practice, you'd be a lot better off, and I guess maybe you did that over the weekend.
We did. We challenged them after the Benedictine match in the locker room to come in. We had 3 days of practice, and we said the weekend will be indicative of how we practice these next 3 days. And they came in focused and really got after it, and it really showed just this past weekend. We need another performance like that tonight.
All right, Coach McDowell, he's been at this a long time, I think 33 years at Graceland, and been very successful at it.
He has. His program's always one of the best in the conference. He's been around, well respected. Everybody in the volleyball community, no matter what level you're at, if you say his name, they pretty much know who it is. So they're going to be ready to play tonight.
Big conference match for you tonight. We always talk about getting these ones at home.
It doesn't get any easier. And at home, we got to be able to compete. If we compete tonight, it'll be a good match. If not, we can be in trouble.
All right, so there's Brett Holt talking a little bit about tonight's match, and you were watching the action as we had that interview on. And 13-12, the Yellow Jackets have closed within one, and Rosario sends it deep, and all of a sudden what was a 13-9 lead is now 13-all.
That's what happens when you have unforced errors in that front row.
Back to serve is Prescott. She's been serving through this run, and this one again hits the tape, dug out by the Vikings. Rosario, double block, point goes to the Yellow Jackets. Rosario went up and right into the double block, and that was a Krabenhoft and Hausman. 14-13, a 5-0 run now by the Yellow Jackets here in the first set. And this one over. Trying to stop a 5-0 run. Good job by the Yellow Jackets. Vikings will keep it alive again. Rosario tips it over, and that's coming right to me, and I batted it back on the court. Do I get assist for that?
Yes, you do.
Vikings get the point, 14-all. That stops that 5-0 run. So back to serve for Valley will be Nopi. And this one is over. Tied at 14 in the first, and the Vikings can't get to that one. And boy, tell you what, the Hausman's pretty solid on that front row. 15-14 Yellow Jackets. We are in the first set. This one's over, dug out nicely, goes all the way across. Now the Yellow Jackets will set it up, a little miscommunication there. They didn't know who they were going to set to, and it looked like Krabenhoff had a shot at it and didn't take it. Results in a Viking point, 15-all. So here is Trotter to serve, 15-all. And here is the point goes to the Yellow Jackets. 16-15. So the Yellow Jackets back on top. I think TD's watching tonight, Tyler Davis, I believe. TD says shout out to the MVC football players in the stands. So. And some of them are here. This one by Rosario is long, and it's 17-15. See Bruce Reyes, several other players are there. Vikes are 1-1. We'll play at Benedictine this Saturday. TD was kind of fun to watch on the football field.
He's playing. Is he playing overseas?
Was playing in Germany. And here's another service error. That's the fourth or fifth of this first set by Graceland. And 17-16, Yellow Jackets still with the lead. At the break, we'll turn things over to Claire Lorenz, Jessica Gates. With the serve here is going to be Carrie Lattimore. Carrie sends it over. And there's a kill. It's now 18-16. Support for Olympic Sports webcast, Missouri Valley College on live stream. Brought to you in part by Deems Tire Service, Highway 65 North in Marshall. They carry Bridgestone and Firestone tires for cars, SUVs, vans, and more. With Deems Tire Service, Highway 65 North in Marshall. Vikings get the point as this one is off of Lori James, and it's 18-17. TD says he's still in Germany, so watching in Germany tonight. And TD, we miss you. Jessica Hobbs in to serve, sends it over. And let's see if the Yellow Jackets will get it over. And that one goes long. A good job by Kendra Martin to stay away from that one. 18-all. Hobbs will serve. It's over. And they'll work it again. And boy, every time they need something, they go to Robles on that left side, don't they?
They're tooling right off Sazama out there.
19-18. Back and forth we go. Kelsey Martin will serve. Gets it over. Vikings will dig it out. Now they will try to tie off a double block. Viking point as they couldn't keep that one in. Hey, the Missouri Valley College golf team competed at the Evangel Fall Tournament the last 2 days. And how about freshman A.J. Borges out of California? He led and he won the individual meet in Springfield. Good job.
That's
freshman.
amazing. Good.
Here's a block by the Vikings. It hits the Vikings get the point, and it's 20-19. They're back on top. Hathcote to serve. It's over. Working to the right side, double block, but it goes out. And once again, they find Robles. 20 all. TD sends us a message, say he'll be back Thursday, so campus won't be the same. Tyler Davis will be back in town on Thursday. All right, here's the kill from the middle, and this one goes, I believe that was Trotter. 21-20, Vikings by 1. Good match underway here. Leanne Marie DeJesus comes in. Soccer today, the women's team defeated William Penn 8-0.
Dang, that's a
played
good
over
shutout.
at Greg Mitchell Field. 21-20 Valley here in the first. They send this one over. Good dig by the Vikings. Good job by Hobbs, but then no one else could get to it, and we're tied at 21. We're in the first set. Jessica Gates will take over in the second. And here is the serve. Hathcote gets to it. Now they'll have to free ball this one over with the Vikings. Tied at 21. This one sends it to the middle. Vikings are there. Work to their left side. Good dig. And that one is over again. Boy, a heck of a job by the Yellow Jackets to keep that one alive. Now they can't do anything with that one, and I believe that was Elue. Sent that one over. 22-21 Vikings. Late in the first set. Opie back to serve. Sends it over. And this is in cross court for Kendra Martin. 22 all. Martin back to serve. No, that's Hausman, I believe, back to serve. It is. And this is another service error. What's that, 5 or 6 of them here in the first set?
I was looking at their stats before this game, and they've missed quite a bit of serves this season.
So that's not uncommon for them to have a lot of service errors. 23-22 Valley. And a timeout taken by the Yellow Jackets here late in the first set. I mentioned the women's soccer team won 8-0 today as they hosted William Penn in a non-conference match. Next year it will be a conference match as William Penn and Grandview will be coming into the conference. The Vikings finished with 6 goal scorers in an 8-0 victory. Both men and women's teams are ranked high. The men's team moves up in its preseason ranking. The men's team, 4-2, now ranked number 13. The women's team sitting just outside the top 25. As far as football, the men's team moved up a couple of spots after the shutout win over Peru. They are ranked number 11 as we head to Benedictine this coming Saturday. That's a 1 o'clock game. We'll have it on Stretch as far as the audio and also on KMMO Radio. Tomorrow night on live stream, men's soccer, as Bethany College will be here, and we'll have that for you at 7. Well, let's get this one underway here. We'll get this one put away. Haley Harrell out of Council Bluffs, Iowa, is in to serve. 23-22 Valley. Here's a serve, and it's over. To the middle. Harrell digs it. Vikings looking for a 2-point lead. Double block. They keep it alive, but that's going to go out. Vikes got to it off the double block, but it went out. We're tied at 23 now. Big points here. Back to serve is Kendra Martin. Kendra's serve is over. Vikings send it over. Tipped right back by the Yellow Jackets. And now they'll go to the right side. It'll stay in. It did. And now set point for the Yellow Jackets as they get that one. 24-23. And we have another timeout. I guess both coaches know how important this first set is, don't they?
Yeah, especially with being such a important conference match, too.
Vikings looking for their first win in conference play. They are 0-2 coming in.
Last week Benedictine game was a pretty good one, though.
Yeah.
Pretty well fought game.
Hard fought. Vikes lost to Benedictine. Again, Benedictine turned around and defeated this club as well. 24-23. Serving for the first set is Kendra Martin. It's over. Vikes get to it. Dink it over. Yellow Jackets keep it alive, and they get the first, as that is Kelsey Martin puts it off the hand of one of the Vikings, and that is a first set win, 25-23. So hard fought, but the Yellow Jackets win the first by 2. We'll switch sides, and I'm going to get out of here for a little while as Jessica Gates will take over. Claire Lorenz will move into this spot, and we'll have more volleyball in just a bit.